Hi and welcome back. Thanks for watching again. I'd like to go ahead and give you a bit of information regarding a pending update for Clash of Clans that should be out any time now. This is going to help us out with looting, and there's a couple of balancing changes involved. But first, but before I do go ahead and get to the information on Clash of Clans, I still got to say go Broncos. Yeah, we're going to Super Bowl 50. I'm a Broncos fan. The city of Denver is super happy right now, and we're looking really forward to the game that's coming in the next 2 weeks. I hope you are too, but I can't blame you if you're not a Broncos fan or a football fan. Still, I'm just too excited not to say something about it. So go Broncos! Woo! Yeah. Too excited about that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get to the meat of the update about the Clash of Clans changes that are coming up. Basically, there's a little bit of balancing changes that are going to happen here. I'd like to start off with those first. First off, as far as the earlier Town Hall 6 and 7, you're going to end up seeing availability of another air defense coming up. As of now, the Town Hall 6s only have one air defense. You're going to end up being able to get a second one at Town Hall 6. Then for Town Hall 7, you're also going to be able to get a third air defense. So that's actually going to help, I guess, balance out the dragon attacks that I consider to be quite powerful. And as a guy who really loves dragon attacks, I guess it's a little disappointing for me. I can still understand why the Supercell guys would want to balance the game that way. Now, additionally, we also have one more balancing change. This is going to apply to Town Hall 11. The Eagle artilleries are going to end up being able to cause 3 times the damage to golems and golemites. So this will probably end up changing a little bit of strategy in that end. Can't speak to that too much since I don't have a Town Hall 11 myself, but I think it is something that probably was going to end up coming around as I was observing any replays of Town Hall 11 based battles where it didn't seem like it was really nailing a lot of golems particularly hard, or at least taking a lot of time to do so. Alright, so with that covered, let's go ahead and get into the looting balancing that was going on as a result of many complaints from the Town Hall 11 update. I gotta say, personally, I can see where people had their concerns with being able to retain their loot and their storages and things like that. When it came to retaining that, I never really had a problem with that myself so much, but apparently a lot of other people did, especially in higher Town Hall levels. So I can understand why Supercell made these changes. Now, the first feature I want to go and talk about is the new loot bonus that's going to occur daily. What will happen here is this is going to be a bonus that is based upon whichever league you're in, apparently maxing out at the Champion League and above. So anybody in Champion or above is going to end up seeing the same kind of bonus from this. Now, basically, the way it works from what I'm hearing is that if you get 5 stars from multiplayer looting battles, which basically means for some people they might call it farming, they might call it looting. This means just get 5 stars per day and you get this bonus. Okay, so also we are going to have the treasury, which apparently, from what I've been hearing so far, it's going to be related to the clan castle. However, this treasury, which will help protect your loot as opposed to being raided from the clan castle specifically, is going to be actually based depending on your town hall level and the level of your clan in terms of the clan perks. I don't have too much more information on this right now, but it does seem interesting that if we do have some sort of a treasury to help keep our loot protected no matter what during raids, from what this sounds like, that'll be pretty good for us to have in terms of balancing how much we need to attack in order to keep our loot so that we can save up for upgrades and things like that. I know that that's certainly a concern for me, especially when I'm getting to the near a threshold where I'm getting to an expensive upgrade, such as, say, going up to level 4 dragons or something like that, and having to be rated, consistently, and maybe not necessarily having enough time to be able to recover the loot you've lost ends up being a concern, which is why I can certainly sympathize with anybody who's having that problem, especially after the Town Hall 11 update. Now, one more thing I did want to go ahead and mention that will be new is called the loot cart. This is apparently going to show up on your base map as essentially similar to like a tree or a rock or other form of the obstacle to be removed. Now, these are only going to appear one at a time, and they are going to be based on the most recent attack that has been faced, or your most recent attack that's been made against your base, that is. So on defense, if you end up losing some loot, this loot card is going to end up preserving about 20% of that loot. So again, since it is based on the most recent attack, if you end up going through a defense where you end up losing quite a bit of loot, but then a second person comes in and attacks you in that time, and they end up not taking quite as much, you will not recover that 20% as much as, say, the first battle. So to that end, it would be in your best interest to be sure that you do recover your loot card every time you are attacked. Okay, now just a couple of more details about that loot card. The attacker is actually going to lose nothing out of that 20%. They're going to get 100% of the loot gained, and the 20% is just something that you kind of get back. This will kind of cause a redundancy in loot gain in the game. I think that's going to end up being pretty much a good thing. We've already kind of had that thing before in terms of being able to do revenge attacks, and given how the mines and collectors and dark elixir drills end up generating this loot in the first place, I think that we'll end up seeing quite a bit of good loot generation coming from this, and I do expect this to end up being something that's going to be a pretty good balance to the game and restore some people's interest in being able to do their battling and looting, especially on a more casual level when they can't just keep up with the amount of people that are taking the loot from them, especially in more competitive fields like the Legend League and the Titan League and so on. So I'm expecting all of this overall in terms of this resource update to be a pretty good thing. Now, as far as what I'm expecting for the release date of this, since the information I'm hearing about this ends up being toward the beginning of a week, typically I've seen Supercell kind of put out the sneak peeks of this information about a week before the update actually releases. So it wouldn't surprise me to see that at the beginning of February we end up seeing this come out. Just don't quote me on it. After all, the Town Hall 11 update was something of an exception to this, where we had about 2 weeks worth of update information before the update actually was released. However, given Supercell's pattern here, I would expect it to be sometime in terms of beginning of February. That's really up to them, though. If they need to get things balanced out, fixed up in the game or the programming, I would certainly be patient and allow them the time to take care of that. But this does give us some information to look forward to in terms of being able to enjoy the game on the same level, and maybe even the same level as before for some people. So with that in mind, I do want to go ahead and let you know that for in the future on my end, I will be putting out a couple more videos. I got another nice war recap to do since our clan also won a pretty good war today. I'll give you some information on that within the next couple of days, I'm sure. Then also, I do have a looting contest going on in my clan right now. I'm trying to get each of my town hall levels to give me the best submission for looting videos and looting replays to see who was the most successful this week. It's been a little exciting for my clanmates. They've been enjoying participating in that, and we're going to definitely show you off the fruits of their labor and mine. Well, I don't know. I'm not in the lead on either of my town hall levels. So our guys have been doing a pretty good job of finding some good heavy loot bases to go for, and I certainly hope that you're going to look forward to seeing how that turns out. Alright, so I'm going to draw this video to a close now. I want to thank you for watching. I'm glad I could get you some more information about Clash of Clans. Also, in the future, I do intend to put out some other subjects as well. I'm not just a Clasher, not just a gamer. So I look forward to providing you with some more content. Thank you for watching, and see you again. Go Broncos!